Okay, so I am going to go through a quick example of how to balance a simple symbol equation. And I'm going to use the example of aluminium chloride, which is AlCl3. Note the importance of having each chemical symbol, each element symbol. Remember, it begins with a capital letter and the second letter is always lowercase. Plus potassium makes aluminium plus potassium chloride. Alright then, so the way that I have shown you, which is pretty foolproof method of balancing any symbol equation, is you start off by listing the types of each element down the left hand side. So we've got aluminium, we've got potassium, and we've got chlorine. And then we take a tally of each type of element, each type of atom on the left hand side of the equation amongst the reactants, and also on the right hand side of the equation amongst the products. So on the left hand side we have 1 aluminium, and on the right hand side we have 1 aluminium. And if we look at potassium on the left, there is 1. Potassium on the right, there is 1. Chlorine on the left, there are 3 chloride ions on the left and 1 chloride ion on the right. So okay, we're balanced for aluminium and we're balanced for potassium, but we're not balanced for chlorine. So okay, remember what you're allowed to do is you're allowed to write coefficients in front of each of the reactants or products. That's the only thing you're allowed to do. You can't change the formulae of the reactants or the products because you just can't. It's against the rules. So let's see if we can put in some coefficients here that will allow us to have the same numbers of each type of atom on the left as we do on the right. So the problem is chlorine. We've got 3 on the left but only 1 on the right. So this is a pretty straightforward thing to fix. And what we simply do is we're going to put a coefficient of 3 in front of the potassium chloride. And now I need to adjust these numbers here. So now I don't just have 1 chloride ion there, I now have 3. So good, I've balanced for chlorine. Problem is though, I've now got 3 potassiums, don't I? So I need to adjust that, and I need to make sure that I have 3 potassiums on the left as I do on the right. So again, that's pretty straightforward to fix. On this instance, I'm going to put a 3 here, which gives me 3 potassiums amongst the reactants. So am I balanced? Aluminium, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Ka-ching. Potassium, 1 on the left, 3 on the left, 3 on the right. Good. And same detail for chlorine, 3 on the left, 3 on the right. So we have the same numbers of each type of the atom amongst the reactants on the left as we do amongst the products on the right. That equation is now a balanced symbol equation.